Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. St Helens lad. Today I'm going to be changing my chain and sprockets on a 2023 Kawasaki SX1000 Ninja. As my previous video, you might have seen it, I serviced it with 12,500 miles on it. I did notice some noise coming from the chain or the front sprocket area, and it appears that the rollers are getting a bit worn. So time to change. So I hope you find the video very helpful, and please like, subscribe and comment. Thank you very much.
Okay guys, the first thing I'm going to do is remove the front sprocket cover using an 8mm socket. It's easy enough, just don't lose your screws whatever you do. As you can see here, the front sprocket is quite worn. Just note that there's a little tab on the outside of the main nut. It's a bit of a locking tab. You have to hammer that flat first before you get cracking removing that nut. The nut is a 27mm. Usually they're really difficult to get off these, but this wasn't too bad. I used it with an impact driver. It came off easy enough. The next thing I'm going to do is to split the chain. I need to cover the back wheel. I'm going to get the angle grinder on, and you've got to grind the 2 pins down out of one of the links to make it flat with the end plates, and that way you can eventually tap everything out. At this point I'm going to use a chain splitter and chain press to push the pins through the back. You can have a look on YouTube, there's plenty of videos on how to use these devices, but you need the right tool for the right job. They're a really good piece of kit. Next job is the front sprocket. I've already loosened this. Quick impact driver, whip that off. Make sure you need to clean that sprocket. But once the sprocket's off, make sure you clean that joint. I use some brake cleaner with an old rag. Clean it all up. Not forgetting to put a little bit of grease on it before you put the new sprocket on. Just putting the nuts on the front sprocket now. I'm just going to nip it up with the impact driver. In fact, it's spinning there, so just stick it in gear, just nip it up, and I will torque wrench that up later on. I think it's 125 Newton meters according to the forums. There's plenty of information out there. This is the fiddly part now, removing the back wheel. And I'll fast forward through this, also fast forward putting it back on. Lots of messing about. You've got to make sure you know where your wheel is lined up, but just keep checking your tolerances. Once you've put the back wheel back on, it's just a matter of winding the chain around all the cogs and connecting the chain. With the link, you get a little tub of grease, a little sachet of grease. Just make sure you lube that up well and put the little O-rings on. You've got 4 little rubber O-rings that go on either side. Just make sure they're on before you press on the end plate. At this point you need your chain tool again to press that end plate on first of all, and then there's an attachment that rams over the pin, so it mushrooms it to keep it on. Just keep measuring the lengths. I used a little vernier gauge to check the width of the chain in other parts, and also the studs that we're going through. Lots of fiddling about again, but just need that wheel lined up properly. These are the line-up marks on the rear shaft that goes through your back wheel, one on either side. The red arrow is the mark on the frame, and the yellow arrows point to the different markers on the adjuster. Just make sure that they're exactly the same on each side, and your wheel should be perfectly straight. Time to check the tension of the chain now. Got my mate to sit on the bike here. The chain tightens slightly when you do it. Have a look at what is recommended for your bike, and if it's incorrect, just keep adjusting till it's right. Time to torque the front sprocket up. It's 125 Newton meters. Once you've done this, don't forget to tap the back plate over. That's behind the nut. Falls over, it acts as a locking washer, so to speak. Just tapping that locking plate over now on the front sprocket nut, and then replace the front sprocket cover, and all is done. Well guys, that's the end of the video. I really hope you found it useful. If you have, please like, subscribe and comment, and in the meantime, take care of yourselves and look out for the next video.